Hey guys, this is William. I'm coming at you with a little different video today. I am casting the finals of Agricola Seasons, which has been a tournament hosted by our very own Blackjack Davy. Hello, Blackjack Davy.
Hello.
So if you could just give a little bit of an overview, talk a little bit about the tournament, the format, and and what we're going to be playing today.
Okay, sure. Yeah, so I've only been playing on the site, I guess, just a few months now since the pandemic, basically, and I thought it'd be fun to come up with a competitive kind of format. The best I could tell, that the really only tournaments they have here are when a new set comes out, and we want to test the cards for lookout games. So I wanted to have a tournament that took some of the old formats and the cards we're all familiar with, and see who's the best. So started thinking about how would we do that, because we have players all over the world, and so the best I could come up with, and it seems like it mostly kind of worked, is to schedule it over a 10-week time span where everyone plays one game a week, and we use Discord to try to schedule it. So we had 16 people interested, and we just made it through to the final here. So um,
Yeah,
everyone
and
has
how
played
long
10 games, and
how long about has this been going on for? Is it been about 3 months?
yeah, I guess it took about that long. We had to take 1 week off over the holidays to do some makeup games, but yeah, about 3 months long.
And
So
we've got the final table, which is CS2376 Junior, Ken, Montu, and Ranior. So can you tell me a little bit about what how their tournaments have gone? Who's first at this table? Who's in the lead?
uh, CS2376 Junior is number one in the standings by a pretty long shot. He pretty much crushed the season. In 10 weeks, he won 8 of his 10 games, which is really unheard of. Um, So he's fairly new to the site also, but he's been playing a ton recently. We have Ken, who's played forever on the site. He's played over 6,000 games. He's in the fourth seed coming in. Rainier, he started off with a couple bad performances in the early weeks, and then got it together and won some games toward the later week and got it to number 2 seed. And then Montu is in the 3 seed, and he's kind of pretty even throughout.
Nice. So is what's the format? So is this a one game winner take all format?
It is, yeah. We had some different awards through the season for different things and different performances, but yeah, for the final, it's just a one game final. Um, they each earned some points based on how they finished every week to get here. Um, and this is EIK, WFG plus G4, G5, which seems to be the most popular format on the site.
Nice. Yeah, so just to go over that again, so yeah, we're playing EGIK, WM, France deck, G45, but you figured out the ratio so that we can use a positive collection. Can you talk a little bit about that? Just what does that mean exactly?
Yeah, basically, in some of the expansions made by players, there's a few problematic cards that people don't like to play with. I think they're a little too broken, or warp the game in some kind of way. Sid could probably speak more on that, but so
You go ahead and talk
sometimes,
a little bit. I'm trying to. I got some hands sent to me, so I'm trying to post them in the Twitch chat so that
okay.
people can see it. Um,
Um, but
you go
there's a
ahead.
few cards we were trying to avoid, basically, that so we used positive collections that only had the cards we wanted to see. That way we didn't get, some of those. There are just a few of them, but those cards dealt into the games. And in order to do that, we had to sort of figure out what the right ratio of those collections were to put in, so there's an even mix of those and the standard decks, basically. So like,
Nice. Yeah, and so we've also got Sid and V on the line. So Sid, hello.
Hello. Sorry, I'm doing something quite complicated, trying to look at the images and remember them and post them in Twitch chat. So I'll join the call in seriousness after I post these hands. Give me a second.
So
I
yeah,
think it'll be
so
more
okay,
if the viewers know what the hands are.
awesome. So yeah, so Sid's here as well, and we're gonna be commentating on this game. Sorry, remind me, it is winner take all. Like, is there any point system or anything like that?
There was throughout the season, but for this final, it's just a one-game winner-take-all final.
Nice. So we're just coordinating right now in the background. We're having the players sending their opening hands to us so that we have a little more information. But
all right. Well, I posted Ranier's opening hand, so you can look there. But if they're sending it to you as well, maybe you could just screen cap it and put it on the stream or something. It's a bit hard to try and remember them.
mhm.
Yeah. I just sent Ken's hand to our text calls.
All right, so I've got Ken's opening hand on the screen here. So best cards, I see Animal Husbandry Worker, Animal Holder, and Mason. So Ken's got a pretty good opening hand.
Yeah, Wintercrafter also.
Wintercrafter, yeah, and then he probably wheels Master Stableman. So he's got quite a strong hand here to start.
Yeah. Ryan's hand has Village Elder. So someone's going to really love Wintercrafter here.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever first one to see it. This is probably Mason. I like Husbandry Worker. Actually, an Animal Holder game, I could take Animal Husbandry Worker. I just don't like Animal Husbandry Worker when there's a Master Stableman also sitting there. You're going to get into a fight for those sheep.
Well, is there a chance that you wheel Master Stableman there?
I don't want both of those. I don't feel like you need them. It's kind of redundant.
Right,
Animal Husbandry Worker is just very flexible. You can use it in the mid game for just a fence action plus some wood.
Yeah. I think if I had this hand, I'd be looking to fence with Animal Husbandry Worker, and then use Master Stableman just as extra reward for my 2 animal grabs later in the game. Because Animal Holder is going to say... Animal Holder says basically it's okay to keep taking animals throughout the whole game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Let me send you... How do I send you CS's hand?
You can post it
in
the Discord chat, and I'll pull it up on there.
How do I copy message link, I guess? Does that work?
You should be able to right-click the image and just copy the image into the chat, and it automatically...
That works, thanks. Well, actually... It won't let me paste the image. That's really weird.
Oh, did anybody get their prediction in? I forgot to mention that I was setting one up.
Alright, I'm just going to post it in Twitch chat, I think. It's too large, the file, it says, for some reason, even though he sent it to me Discord as well. So, CS's hand is Cook, Lord of the Manor. Estate Manager, Master Renovator, Bricklayer.
Bunch of cards that both don't move the needle at all.
No, Lord of the Manor.
Lord of the Manor, but then a bunch of other cards that don't move the needle.
Undergardener, Storehouse Minder.
And I have Montu's
Remodeler.
We're ready.
Yeah. If you have a way of posting it, that's onto the chat, that's fine. But for some reason, this image, it keeps saying image is too big, so.
Oh, weird.
And Stonehouse Builder. That's the last one.
Stonehouse Builder. So with Lord of the Manor in the draft, Master Stableman becomes a more interesting card for sure. Or sorry, Master Stableman is a more interesting card than normal. But yeah, certainly seems like you could have a bunch of players go down very different paths. Just thinking about Mason, you've got a pretty clear big house player. The Wintercrafter, Village Elder, certainly probably going to try to build a bunch of majors. We might have someone really try to hoard the animals for Animal Holder. So we could have like a situation where if one player gets multiple bonus point categories, like wins multiple 3-point occupations or 2-point occupations with Animal Husbandry Worker, that might be the difference maker.
Check this out. Montu sent me his opening pack and he had Noble in it. And then he sent me his next pack and apparently whoever's passing to him can pass the Mason. So Montu's going to have Noble and Mason. I don't know if he can go down that line, but...
I mean, that works because Noble doesn't need to be a 3-room arc, but it can be a bit difficult. Reno can get a bit tight.
Yeah, so the number one upside, in my opinion, of Noble is unblockable access to family growth without room, which is not something that Mason is all that interested in. The big power of it is that he has guaranteed plow sow in 13 and 14. Now, if there is Stonehouse Builder in the draft, we could see Montu try to do something like Noble with Stone House Builder and Build Stone Rooms have unblockable access to the family growth queue, which, especially if round 7 is family growth, could be very powerful. I'd be thinking, we could have something like that happen.
It looks like he did get past Stonehouse Builder in his
Oh, he was
third
always
pack.
past that. I mean, that's a really Stonehouse Builder is a really weak card. So
Yeah.
we'll have to see if you find something like Rock Climber or something, Stonehouse Builder can be quite good. But yeah, I think it's a pretty weak card overall. So one thing, if you could, once they're done drafting their entire hands, could you actually ask them to send it to you, or it seems like you're having some success posting the images to the Discord call.
I'm just sending that full.
Yeah.
So I have to tell this story, and I tell this every time. So the first time I ever tried to cast a game, I think this was with, Kimball's in the chat. This was with Kimball and Enwall in 2014, 2015. And we asked the players to direct message us on the site all their draft picks. But then Ken might have been in the game, and someone mistyped the name of who they were direct messaging. So then it just went in chat as a full message, so everyone could see it. And then it was like, oh, someone just revealed their whole hand to everyone. So then we had to regame. So then we had to restart the draft, and it was like, oh, that's disappointing.
That's pretty good. Well, this is awkward, but hopefully that won't happen at least.
Well, if they're doing it on a different platform, that makes a big difference. That if we're doing it on different, the chance of that happening is a lot lower. I will shout out Montu streaming at twitch.tv/gamermontu, and Ranior, I'm not sure if he's currently streaming, but has been streaming, twitch.tv/Ranior Games. And you can see CS Junior, he's frequently on Lumen's stream, so Lumen_S. So. And Ranior is as well on Lumen's stream also. So you can check those guys out there if you want to see more of them.
So Montu's the only one streaming, but I can see his hand, which at least gives some... He does have Noble, Mason, Stonehouse Builder, Village Elder, which is fairly synergistic. Although Noble's not going to do that much work in this game.
Yeah.
It's basically a Field Warden, which is good. Having a Field Warden is good.
Yep.
It's not I would actually rather have Field Warden than Noble, I think, in the setup with a Mason.
Yeah, so that you could plow and plow so in the same round.
Yeah. Elder getting to him is slightly surprising. So
yeah, definitely. Elder, so I was wondering is there a chance that Montu tries going directly to Stone and skipping the Wood Room altogether? But with Village Elder, that seems very unlikely, because it will be so easy for him to build a Wood Room with Village Elder and his favorite Reedstone food actions. And I should say, Montu really likes Reedstone food actions, so I definitely expect him to play Stonehouse Builder.
Yeah, he will. Yeah, it's a style card. Cards like Baker Servant, Freeloader, and Treasure Hunter or Manservant. I can't remember which one. So I think probably Treasure Hunter out of that pack, which is reasonable. Freeloader is pretty decent. Baker Servant obviously was the first pick, I think.
Wait, we have Freeloaders in the draft as well? So we have Noble and Freeloader in the draft. Huh.
Yep. Yeah.
We could have some shenanigans on the family growth space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a line where Treasure Hunter is the pick over Village Elder there?
Was that in the pack?
It was in the same pack as Village Elder. I don't know what he took.
No, I don't know if it was there when it got to him, because I got there a bit too late. I saw his first 4 picks already.
Okay.
But I don't know what actually got taken. I was just predicting. I'm certain Ranior took Baker Servant. After that, I think Freeloader probably went. I think with Lord of the Manor, even though I'm not a huge fan of Freeloader, it works. You get to 5 people, you get unblockable Palso. All that is really good with Lord of the Manor. So I suspect PS took Lord of the Manor. Freeloader out of that after taking Lord of the Manor. And then probably Treasure Hunter went, unless Ken has some reason to go Manservant.
I like Treasure Hunter with Lord of the Manor because, of course, you can fence 12 and not build the 4th room, and then Treasure Hunter covers the extra spaces for you, which you sometimes appreciate. Saves you a couple actions filling your farm.
Sort of, but I mean, on the whole, I think that's sort of it's a nice upside for Treasure Hunter, but you really want to use those resources. That's really what you're hoping to do. And I think with Lord of the Manor, you really want unblockable Palso and unblockable family growth without room, because you don't want to be building 4 rooms with Lord of the Manor if you can avoid it.
Right.
So.
Right.
Do you all think Ranior here has any kind of advantage here playing on the winner board, or?
Montu's got the most matured family members, clearly, because they have arms and legs. So I don't see how anyone else is collecting wood or plowing a field.
I really don't like the Caverna board because it always takes me a second to realize where the squares actually are. They're like farm spaces. But I don't recall seeing any support for Baker Servant in the Aux. So Ryan's really hoping to get a grain cart or something.
Yep.
A grain cart makes his game. Without a grain source, Baker Servant can be somewhat difficult to set up. Also, a statement of play style. CS does like plowing and farming a bit early. So, like if you're trying to manually set up Baker Servant with like its own grain, that can be a bit difficult too, with another player who likes early plowing. But there is a parquet setter if that wields.
Montu's 5th pick was good, friend, so we might keep an eye on how many miners with the cost come up, especially stone cost.
Mm-hmm. So just looking at, I've got the standings pulled up here, and wow, CS Junior, you said it. You said he won 8 out of 10 games, but holy crap, he won 8 out of 10 games.
Yeah, the 9 points is a tie win. The 9 points there is a tie that week.
Oh wow, jeez.
So we had an award for the player who beat the most other players throughout the season, and CS had finished ahead of 14 other players. The only player he never finished ahead of was Kimball, and they had a tie that week for a win, and then Kimball was ahead of him the other time they played.
Okay, so I posted Ranior's minor hand in our group thing, but CS is sending me screenshots, which is why they're too big. He's sending screenshots of his phone, I think. The files are too big. So I'll just post his in the Twitch chat, which is going to take a second, but...
Blackjack Davey, could you explain your play breakdown? Which side is the winner? Or, like, am I looking at columns or rows?
Yeah, so Montu's record against the others is from the left side. So he was 1-1 against Ken, or 1-1 against Ranior, 2-0 against Ken, and 0-2 against CS. Is a way to look at it. So
CS Junior, CS Junior was 2-0 in every one of his matches against his opponents.
For the final.
Final table, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's quite good, yeah.
It worked out that everyone played everyone else twice throughout the season, so everyone got to match up 2 times. And
Sid, you've shared. Sorry, whose miners are these?
Ranior.
Okay.
Wow.
Baby Sling could be ridiculous in someone's hand with Freeloader, Noble. It could be, yeah. Turnbar in chat pointed out that go ceiling all the way when everyone's going to finish with 5 family members, and yeah, there's going to be so many actions in this game.
So I suspect from what Ranior's comments have been to me, and what I would probably consider doing is, I know Baby Sling is a stronger card, but I think he's taking Granary here because he has no support for Baker Servant.
So he has to get the green card.
Yep, that's Baker. And Granary is not the ideal Baker Servant card, but it just about works, I would say. So what you do is you take a grain in stage 1, you play Baker Servant, build the clay oven, eat, get 5 food, and plow. Then you get Granary, take another grain, and still bake.
Yeah.
Probably. It's awkward, but it works. Baby Sling is, so given that he passed Freeloader, it's slightly dangerous to pass Baby Sling, because Baby Sling Freeloader is extremely strong.
It's so strong, yeah. Yeah, I wonder about, sorry, just a comment on Granary. The other thing I'd be thinking about doing is actually get a grain field sown in stage 1 if you could. That might be, I don't know if he picks up something probably he's not getting Artichoke Field, but if he picks up something like Acreage even, something like that could be okay.
Just too many actions, I feel. It's really tough. I don't know how you do that. It's doable. It's certainly the way I would play Baker Servant when I don't have support that's strong enough. But with Granary, probably I'd be looking to not feed off of grain, but just use Baker Servant as incidental food plus plow actions. I don't know. You could also raw set up the grain. It depends. I don't know what the rest of his hand is like actually. So
I got Montu's hand here. His opening hand, the big cards: Parchment, Goose Pond, Bee Statue, Dragonfly Pond. That's Prize Squash. Those are the big ones.
Someone's going to have a really nice Parchment game with Animal Husbandry Worker, and if she'd come early enough with Master Stableman and Animal Husbandry Worker, that like the Parchment could do a lot of work this game. The Ops are very strong here.
It could also have the dual effect of if the Parchment player is using all the sheep for occupations and people are growing really quickly because of maybe unblockable access to the family growth space or freeloading or whatever. I wonder if the game could be surprisingly food tight depending on how that all shakes out. I would guess with an early baking player from the Baker Servant that probably offsets that. But just something that I always think about with Parchment, like if someone's taking 2 sheep to play 2 occupations, that's something, to be aware of.
Mm-hmm. No, that's definitely a thing. There is a crib, which could help the person who's growing like mad. There's some food support in this, in the miners at least. The granary is really big, because without that, this could be a pretty food tight game, because there's no baking support aside from that.
Yeah.
There's also Manservant, which someone probably is going for. There was enough support for it, probably, in this round. I thought it would be Montu, because his hand is well suited for it, actually. But I suspect he took Village Elder instead of Manservant, which is reasonable. Wow, Parchment wheeled to Montu. That is very shocking, actually. That the Animal Husbandry Worker player decided not to take it.
Mm-hmm.
Or the Master Stableman player. Maybe they're thinking there's too much competition for early sheep, which is also reasonable.
Yeah.
It looks like Montu ended up with the Artichoke field, too.
Yeah, this pick is probably Nail Basket for him, or just... Nail Basket is really good, and it fits a big house game really well, because you get all of these wood actions that you can then just take. He does have some stone issues, but... Oh, there is Village Elder, too. Nail Basket does make Village Elder a little bit tricky.
So, Blackjack Davey, I'm wondering if someone is going to wanted to participate in Seasons 2, or if they just wanted to follow the tournament, how do they do that?
Yeah, I think I will have another one. Seems like there's enough interest in it, and so probably 2 to 3 weeks after this one, we'll get started on the other one. But there's a forum post in the forums on the site that you can just reply and say you're interested, and I'll start figuring out the numbers. It seems like it's going to be more people the second time, so I'll have to sort out how to do the breakdown of players. It may be 2 divisions or something like that, but I'll get that sorted. So all you need to do is post, and I'll try to fit everyone in I can. I think it'll be similar kind of format, take place over 10 or 11 weeks, and kind of switch formats week to week.
If you do want to, and I will just comment, if you not sure if you have a forum account, you have to get on it early, because Chris is very busy, so he doesn't always have time to register people. And an alternative might be to message Blackjack Davey on Discord, and you can
That's true.
Join the Play-agricola Discord.
So I've asked CS to send his final hand to you rather than to me, because you can then pull it up on stream.
Yeah, sounds good. And prediction people, 3 people voted that Montu would be last to finish his draft. Looks like they're going to be correct. You guys are all getting your food back. Nobody bet against you, so looks like you're all getting your food back. So prediction, gonna throw it up really quickly as soon as Montu's resolved. Who gets the first family growth? You'll be able to see who has start player, but after that I'm gonna try to put it up pretty quickly. So that'll be the next prediction, Twitch chat.
I think you just bet on Montu there.
That's what I'm gonna put again. I'm gonna put Montu versus the field. That's gonna be the. That's gonna be it.
Not only is he already inclined towards that, but his hand is basically Nur as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, although I will say sometimes Stone House Builder isn't able to get first growth if someone else is pushing for it, because you don't block the wood spaces, you don't block the reed spaces.
Yeah.
Enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll tell you all one funny story from one of the season's games, or one of the early weeks when I mentioned Ranior started off pretty slow. I was in a game with him and Ken, one of the 2 times they matched up, and Ken had a pretty good farm, but it looked like he wasn't going to be able to get to stone, and Ranior was going to pull it out. Ken had 4 ox, played broom, called his shot, says, "Give me quarry," nailed it, got the quarry, and off the broom, and then got enough stone to Reno and won the game. That was one of Ken's wins through the season.
Awesome.
Pretty epic.
Awesome.
Calling your quarry shot is cool. I remember once I don't know if it was your stream or Montu's stream, but I called pumpkin trellis and told after Tucson veggies and broom pulled pumpkin trellis. That was fun.
All right, new prediction coming up now. You guys have 1 minute to respond. That's an Agricola miracle. That's right, Relocran.
Yeah.
Agreed.
All right, Ryan's in first seat.
Yeah, I haven't got any picks of the final other than.
I got Ryan's.
So.
I'm gonna post that in the group chat.
Oh, I have CS Juniors. Yeah.
So this is Ranior's. That's a really good hand. Oh man, Cookies also is in the draft. That's amazing.
Wow, files are too powerful. Wow. Same thing happened to me.
No, you don't have to post it in the group chat. What you just pull it up from.
Yeah, I'm gonna save it and then I'll put it in so that you guys can see it as well. It's not too difficult to do.
Yeah, CS uses Discord on his phone, so he's been taking screenshots of his computer and sending it. But those apparently the resolution's too large or something, so they're too big.
Which is hilarious.
No.
Are you guys able to open that? Why is it? It didn't have a text file. It didn't say give itself any image data. That's weird.
That is weird. I'm downloading it. Maybe you can
weird.
just screenshot your Discord, and then I can open it. Yeah, I don't know what to do with it though.
Can you open? Is it a JPEG or what is it? Like it opened as an image format?
It opens as a PDF, I think.
Weird.
Or is it not? I'm actually not sure what the heck that is. I think what you can do is you can just take a screenshot off your Discord screen and then put that, pull that up on Twitch. I don't know what your Mac, but that should work. Okay. Montu has stopped streaming, which is fine.
I will definitely grab that. No occupation with the first two actions.
So Ranior's Ox. I posted Ranior's draft. So I'll just say that aloud on Twitch for people watching so that they know. So Ranier's hand is Baker Servant, Food Connoisseur, Winter Crafter, Undergardener, Treasure Hunter, Cape Grace, Bargain Hunter, Granary, Cookies, Rake, Grain Mill Oven, Flat Hill, Parchment, Butter Churn. Somehow he got Parchment instead of all of the people who had animal stuff. So that's not getting played this game. Yep, now I can see CS's hand in the thing.
So Ken's the one with Animal Holder. So what? Sorry, I'm not sure what Ken's hand looks like. What does Ken have for the Animal Holder support?
Animal Husbandry Worker, I believe.
So he got it.
He first picked Animal Husbandry Worker.
Yeah.
And got an animal, I think.
He wheeled this. He wheeled this card, I believe.
Yeah, he wheeled Animal Holder. Animal Husbandry Worker.
So Animal Holder.
Does CS Junior have Evening Prayer?
Yes, he took Evening Prayer instead of Axe, which is correct with Lord of the Manor, I think.
Mm-hmm.
If there's people on that don't know some of the cards, Animal Holder rewards 3 points at the end of the game to whoever has the most animals. So
speaking of which, I need to be bringing up the cards. Yes, thank you for reminding me, because the extension is not automatically doing that for me.
Yeah, because you're not in the game.
Because I'm not in the game. Yeah.
I know.
So I have to find somewhere that chat is not covering. Maybe I'll move my face.
That stable also makes things interesting. I guess it's I wonder how aggressively Ken is going to go for the sheep whenever they show up.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Sheep show up in round 2. Round 2 is what he wants.
Does Ken have Parchment?
No, Ranior got a 6-pick Parchment. I don't really understand how.
Huh. I guess did everyone see Animal Holder?
They did, so I guess that's part of the reason. Yeah.
Yeah, they're feeling that turning a sheep, taking themselves away from the Animal Holder points is not worth it.
Mm-hmm.
So Andrew ended up with Lord of the Manor.
He first picked
Lord,
Lord.
looks like.
And second pick Freeloader, yes. which I figured would happen because Freeloader is just amazing Lord of the Manor support. It like fixes all of the holes in the game and gives you that plow in 14 that you really need. What do you think?
Maruska says change it to when playing while watching. Options. Playing,
So did you pull
watching.
up?
Oh, awesome! That's a thing. Awesome.
Did you pull up CS's hand on screen already, or should I just say what it is? I can just tell everyone in chat what it is.
I don't think I have.
Okay. So his hand is Lord of the Manor, Freeloader, Village Fool, Master Stableman, Master Renovator, Parquet Setter, Mendicant, and then Evening Prayer, Baby Sling, Rope Fences, Alms Basket, Mini Pasture, Liquid Manure, and Nail Basket. It's a really strong hand.
I expect rope fences to be pretty incredible this game.
Yeah, I also think that he'll go for a pretty nice Alms Basket because there's no rush on his Ox. Like, Freeloader has the only one with like a little bit of timing.
Yeah.
And honestly, if you don't get Freeloader for your first growth, it doesn't matter too much.
Yeah.
Like, it's nice, but you often can get away without playing it and not open queue. Although he'll probably go for that, I think. Parquet Setter's probably dead in his hand. He's doing all of his plowing relatively before his first Ox. Two of his plows come before his first Ox, so not that great. But maybe he plays it. Yeah, and so he can do like round 5 Alms Basket into like Evening Prayer and Growth or something, even. Like, that could be pretty cool.
That's pretty nasty, yeah.
I'm having a hard time following who has what card, I'll be honest, but pointing out importantly that CS Junior got 4 clay round 2. Not that common.
I think people saw a lot of ways to steal the sheep, so
Yeah.
clay was extremely...
Yeah, so the fireplace was not... nobody's worried about the fireplace. But yeah, thank you so much, Ruska. The extension is working again, so that's awesome. God, Maruska, exactly, yeah. Maruska, streaming at twitch.tv/Maruskoff. Maruskoff? Yeah. Support him there. I like Food Connoisseur here. With Storehouse Builder, the bottom feeding action should be pretty good. Or Stonehouse Builder. Although CS Junior will prioritize... he has the cooking hearth out already. We'll see if sheep flip.
So, yeah, also Ranior has Undergardener on top as well as FoodCon. I'm wondering if he goes for that. It's a combo. Not exciting, but it is a combo. Wintercrafter is going to be interesting too. His miners aren't the easiest to play, but he does have Rainmill Oven, which is pretty interesting with Wintercrafter.
Yeah, Rainmill Oven. Yeah. So all he has to do is hit a bottom feeding action 3 times to pull off the grain for Grain Mill Oven, Clay Oven, or something.
Yeah. Knowing Ranior, he's probably hoping Baker Servant was Joiner.
Yeah. In general, though, these guys not prioritizing occupations very highly, the evening prayer certainly has a lot to do with that.
Who won the draft? That's what someone's asking. What do we think?
My opinion would be CS. I think CS won the draft. In early growth, Montu's hand is crazy, but if growth comes even 6 or 7, it's not actually that impressive a hand, I think. I do like Noble a lot in a vacuum, but Mason's great too. So they're just good cards, but they don't synergize especially well for him. Whereas CS has basically a full game plan in one hand, which I tend to like more.
CS is lost already. Average Joe pointing out his middle top plow. It's over. He can't win anymore. He threw the game.
Yeah.
What do you think? He was talking just today in a game about trying to fake like you have Rotherhorn plow. I wonder if that's what he's going for. I don't know what advantage you get.
If it's me, I'm faking Field Doctor every single game. We're not. I don't think Field Doctor is even in this. Is it in this format? Is it G6?
Yeah. It's in
Field Doctor's in G4-5. Okay. I mean, I'm faking Field Doctor every single game. It just makes people pause. That's all.
Yeah. No, CS usually likes doing that. I'm curious why he decided to go there this time.
But yeah, Ranior playing Food Connoisseur and then not getting a 3 food bottom feeding action is a bit sad. I mean, going on day labor, it makes you not feel as bad going on day labor, but really, if I'm playing Food Connoisseur, I'm wanting to hit a 3 food bottom feeding action. Like, I don't know how important the 3 wood actually was for him.
I think he's decided that 3 wood and day labor is better than 3 food and whatever the second action would be, maybe. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So CS does have Village Full, and he has a bunch of miners that are probably not worth playing for him. Like, I don't think he plays Parchment. No, that's the different wrong hand. Sorry. Actually, CS's miners are pretty good, but he does have like Mendicant, Parquet Set, and Master Renovator, which are questionable plays in that hand. So you might see him go Village Full.
So Kent did that stable start player in round 1 and has kept start player for 3 rounds now. It's pretty nice for him.
Yeah, so one of the nice things about Sona's Builder after you is they almost never take start player in stage 1. Did Montu get an axe, or does Ken have the axe?
I didn't even see axe in the draft.
CS's opening pack has axe and Evening Prayer. Those were the 2 big cards.
Oh.
I suspect Ken has it because I don't think you can pass an axe when you've already passed a Mason.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, first room is Ranior's.
Wow. Yeah, everybody's pretty close here. It looks like 2 other players have room.
That's right, Lumen. Yeah, because CS picked Evening Prayer, so it's either Ken or Montu, and I didn't actually get a look at Montu's final hand before he closed.
I think I did. Let me check it real quick.
There's too much going on. I can't keep up with my own games, let alone keeping up with 4 draft hands at once. Holy crap. Especially hearing them, I need to see them. I'll be honest, I'm a visual learner. Hearing them is... They went in one ear and out the other.
Well, there's the axe. So
there's the axe.
That solves that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you like Star Player X here as an action? I'm not...
I think it's okay.
Yeah, like... I mean, if 2 reads there, he certainly takes 2 read, but... I don't know, it just... it's awkward with... Like, if round 5 is family growth, great, but if it's not... I don't know. I'm a little disappointed. Yeah.
I guess with this and he builds 1 room and then goes back and builds a couple more later, maybe? Is that the plan?
Yeah, and that's fine. Like, if round 5 is family growth, great. I just, I don't know. Did he need to do it with that move? I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I would have done.
So I think there's enough pressure on rooms, and he doesn't know about the freeloader or the baby sling. So I think from his perspective, it's fairly.
Oh, okay, yeah. If he doesn't know about those, that makes a pretty significant difference.
Like, if you know about freeloader or baby sling, you're just supposed to not care about the family growth queue very
exactly.
much.
Yep. And you say, sure, let's all of us grow in the same 2 rounds. Like, that's,
Well, they're in the same hand, so it's fairly interesting. Freeloader is with baby sling in this game. So.
Oh, right, of course, yeah. Right. Ken build in another stable.
On his room build, I guess?
Yeah, well, just
right.
The layout is a bit interesting. Is he thinking about animal husbandry worker? Like, yeah, it doesn't really make a difference, but just whenever you have 2 stables that distance apart from each other, it's a bit odd. Because stables are best when they're in one-size pastures, so you're basically committing to your fence layout being 15 along the bottom here.
Was there a whistle?
Oh, maybe. Yeah, whistle. That could be a reason to do it. Sure. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't know Ken's hand, so I'm just sort of guessing, based on what I saw. I don't think there was a whistle in the draft. Also, Ranior not playing Wintercrafter, which is reasonable, but I'm wondering if he will play Wintercrafter. I don't think he should park here. He knows about the baby sling freeloader, so probably not worth it. Especially with Wintercrafter in hand, I hate parking. Like, you'll get all your miners out anyways. There's really no reason. Like, parking is just a wasted action.
Yeah, I feel like if you want to play Wintercrafter, you're supposed to take Reedstone Food here, but 4 wood is the better move, so I don't know.
We'll see what happens. Yeah, he has a pretty high demand for clay/wood, because he's like Ranier and hold the clay oven, which is tricky. His hand is very tough, actually. Ryan has a lot of strength in his hand, but it's not the easiest one to play. It's definitely not one that I would have gone for the first room with. That seems way too difficult to manage and just ugly.
If it flips in 5, I guess it probably pays off, but no.
Yeah, so I think going for the first room and then not parking, as you're suggesting, is probably reasonable with his hand. That's fine. But I like playing Wintercrafter. I'm a big Wintercrafter fan, so I like playing it, and I never go for aggressive room with that.
Yeah, like having a grain mill oven on the table here would just, you'd like his position so much better in that case.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, of course, he could always start player into clay oven or something, but you know.
This feels ugly to me. Like it slows his game down quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It could be fine, but if Growth comes late, like he's not going to be happy parting. In fact, he'll probably lose the game if he parts and Growth comes late. His hand requires way too much setup.
Yeah, he's taking his time with it. It's a tough decision, I guess.
It's a very difficult decision. I agree.
What is his line if he doesn't park here? What path does he go on?
I'd take Reedstone Food or forward. Probably forward. I don't think you need to take Reedstone Food because.
The reason I was thinking Reedstone Food was just looking at if he's going to try to build majors, like if he wants to pull off a major to pay for his Wintercrafter, for example. I'd be looking at maybe the pottery or something. But yeah, if he has GMO in hand, then probably he's just supposed to bottom day labor and 3 food and try for clay oven or something.
Yeah, the one advantage to Reedstone Food is it does let him GMO play clay oven without
having to do anything else. Yeah, without discarding, and then he keeps it to discard for the stone oven. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
And that's the way I prefer to play GMO, is try for both ovens, because I feel like doing it 1 for 1 is it's like you're basically using a minor improvement to get 2 clay in a major, but it requires another minor, so I don't know. It's
Tarumbar's comment is dead on here. He didn't get that 3 food grab with food connoisseur. Now it's gonna hurt him because he's got to sort food out here too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's at 0 food, remember. He's not actually at 4 food.
Yeah.
That's before his harvest.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really in a tank. This is a very tough decision, and we'll see what happens. Reedstone Food probably is correct, given that he has no food.
Yeah.
And he needs food to play Baker Servant, very likely at some point, on top of playing ovens.
Yep.
I'd probably do Reedstone Food and Grain this round, actually, assuming the 4 wood, 3 wood would go.
Yeah,
and then I would probably just play the clay oven, and then wait to use GMO stone oven later. You've seen no grain in this draft, so you're fairly confident people don't really want the ovens.
He passed Alms Basket, right?
He did pass Alms Basket, that's true. Okay.
So the other factor here is that Ranior is quite sure that CS Junior has Evening Prayer. So he's also thinking about, if I don't start player here, there's no chance nobody else start players, right? It's 100% CS Junior is going to start, right? He's going to start player Alms Basket here because he can Evening Prayer later.
I would not be surprised to see us play it on Major Minor. I don't think you want to gift. I don't think you want to gift Ken a free SP here.
That's true. Make him take SP for himself if he wants to. I guess.
That's the way I would play in a non-tournament game, but in a tournament game, I might be like, you know what, I got to get mine.
Well, this is not about This is about getting yours. It's like Ken's position is the best right now, I think, aside from CS's. So you don't really want to give him a gift. He has freeloader, right? He doesn't need to be start for the growth queue stuff. So I think not giving Ken a free action is probably correct here. In the interest of actually winning the game, not in the interest of being polite.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, Ranior is really tanky on this one.
Yeah, they are in a voice channel together, so they may be having some internal discussion or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I think he's without the food. I think he's got.
Is your stream super delayed? When I look at the actual game, they actually move.
He did start.
I had my the issue I've been having recently where my farm doesn't update.
Oh, we're way behind, aren't we?
Yeah. So Ranior, he started playing cookies. Yeah. And then we had
Alms
Basket.
Like 14 seconds.
Oh, geez, I missed a whole round. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
He took like 14 seconds to speed. That was not a long tank at all.
Okay, let's see.
And
what did we miss here?
It is Reno, and he had SP again.
Oh, and that's where the
fun
cookies. So it's
drama.
granary and then cookies.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
great for CS. CS got to build the room here, and he got Alms Basket.
Yeah,
How did he play Alms Basket on Major, you think?
Yeah.
Then he's planning evening prayer for round 7.
Mhm.
I'm a little surprised that he didn't try for the third grain. The third grain is pretty nice with the cooking hearth already. Like, it's an extra 3 food.
I think the timing is tough. He
Does he have an Ock that needs to come out before the end of round 7? Like, I'd be...
well, end of round 6 freeloader would have been good, but I guess he's not going for that. He's
Yeah.
going for food, which is good too. Yeah.
Right. Well, exactly. Yeah. Like, he wanted to get freeloader out, but then he didn't. You know. I think he wasn't going to be able to do both. Ryan took 4 wood. Oh, okay. T Pembo pointing out Ranior took 4 wood and got start player's second move.
Oh, he did.
Wow.
So Ken chose not to start player. Oh, T Pembo, that's huge.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Are you looking at the game log? That's
He was
yeah.
probably just watching. Yeah.
I guess I
That's
should
good.
watch the actual game.
Yeah, don't just watch my stream. Yeah.
So that's actually not as bad for Rainier then. In that case,
No, that worked out. He got a good action, and he got a 3 food action also on the wheel last round, and he looks like he's getting 4 food here, which is huge.
I'm so surprised that start player did not get taken after Rainier chose not to start player. I'm really surprised. Oh no, he did start player. Never mind. I'm getting confused. Well, he did, but he did second action. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, no one took it.
And
Ken.
CS Junior baby sling, so there's another reason not to hold Alms Basket for round 7.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't rely
I
on
think
the stream.
he wants to play Evening Prayer and Growth, and so the timing just didn't work out, I think, to hold it.
Oh, also, there's some
no,
big food getting won by the stream, I have to say. Someone won big.
Oh, cause
Oh, actually, never mind. No,
Someone went for Ryan.
T Pembo lost big.
Oh, okay.
they bet on Montu with the first girl here.
They bet on Montu.
Yeah, this particular game is set up.
Yeah, Montu's gone for a fun line, which is to build stone rooms and use Noble to get unblockable growth instead of trying to build wood.
Yeah, this looks like a pretty strong one. He's kind of zigging while everyone else is going for the wood. We'll see if it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, stone flipping early probably made his mind up for him.
Ken with his fencing already done. That's quite good.
Yeah.
Quite good.
It's quite good.
Yes.
The only thing is this game might be hungry enough that he doesn't really get rewarded for it. Like he might not actually get a lot of like breeding animals going. But I mean, obviously having your fencing done is nice regardless. But
and the baby sling is really big for Ken too, because he'll get to grow next round with CS.
Yeah.
I assume.
I think Montu gets to grow as well.
Yeah, because he's got Noble. Yep.
Reno build.
Oh. Yeah. Wow.
So there's gonna be 3 people 3 people growing next round. This is not very good for CS's.
No,
he likes.
I think it's also quite bad for Ranier.
Room.
Yeah, like if the other 3 players all grow in round 8, it's pretty disastrous for Ranier. Late family growth here, and you know him having to start player twice, CS Junior start playing once, and then Ken and Montu not needing to at all. Like, yeah, that's rough.
This could get real hungry real fast too with everyone growing.
Yeah. And Montu, does he have time to take read here? He does have time. Oh no, he did he eat a read? Probably, right?
He ate a read, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
He had 4.
Yeah, he had 3 after.
Yeah.
So he has to build and.
So freeloader master stableman when you've already grown is a little sad. So the next big thing is in my opinion, when does family growth flip? Because 12-13 makes a pretty big difference for the freeloader noble players. Not so much for Montu's noble because of Mason, so we assume he's going to build a fourth room, but it makes a huge difference for CS Junior.
Oh, this was in the draft, huh? Shovel worker. That's excellent for Ken. Okay.
Nice. Yeah, really,
Oh wow,
really
that's
nice.
huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did not remember this was in the draft.
Yes.
That's really, really nice. So I think freeloader should mostly be used in stage 5 anyways. I don't actually think freeloader is particularly good in the early game. Spending your first action on Redstone Food is great and giving you the flexibility, but it's not worth a full action in stage 1, I think.
Yeah.
To just be able to get some Redstone Food occasionally that doesn't block anyone else.
Yeah, I mostly like it to try to sneak in for the first family growth if it's round 7. That's mostly what I'd be trying to do.
Ken did not grow.
Yeah, but he gets it second because of Montu had to build still.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So Ken, Montu, CS Junior all growing in round 8.
Wow.
Yeah, poor Ranior. This is really, really bad for Ranior.
Yeah, really bad for him.
He does still have Baker servants, so like that, the efficiency on that will probably help him quite a bit. Oh, and Crib too. Okay, so Ken has plenty of food now in a fairly hungry game. So this should, and he has food without having to eat animals, which is really good for animal holders. So he's crafted a really nice.
Yep. I was saying he's not going to get the animal payoff from fencing, but shovel workers a payoff on its own. Like you don't need more than that.
Harvest is a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Peasant's Boutique. That's right. That's why he went for the BMW.
Someone's asking, did Ken feed? Yeah, he did. Because he has crib, so that's why he's showing 3 food here. He got 2. Pretty sure he took the 2 food from his crib already.
No, he actually showed 3 food before. Not sure what happened there.
He announced 2 food from crib.
Yeah, so he's going up to 5, I guess. Yeah, he hasn't updated yet. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did. The Hill Bandit has given him 3 food so far, and I think he bottom fed in round 3. So yeah, he's good. I love it. 4 players growing in 2 rounds in a late family growth game. I love it.
So I think CS will probably open with the sheep next round.
Yes.
Ryan will RSF here and try to reno into the clay oven, and then maybe play Wintercrafter to build a stone oven on. Like, one of the nice things with Wintercrafter is that you can build the ovens after the field phase.
Yep.
After you harvest the grain, that's really nice.
Yep.
Also, somehow, like, CS is winning Village Elder at the moment. But I don't know if that'll last, because he's really not going to want to be taking star player very often. His miners are good, but not, like...
It feels like CS doesn't really have time to build more... Does CS have time to build more majors? Oh, getting his... Oh, he already had Sealman out. I don't know what just updated for me.
Yes, he played that with Evening Prayer.
Yes, of course, yes.
I think Ryan accidentally moved CS's peep instead of his own.
Oh, okay, maybe that's what confused me. Who has Lord of the Manor again?
CS.
So, like, his game is really not well suited to going for the Village Elder points, because he needs to get his farm stuff done.
Yeah, and all of his actions need to go towards developing his farm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't there?
By the way, will be pretty big for him, I think, in maxing his crops. It's an underrated card. It's really good in situations like this. He's going to have animals to play it for sure, and then he can do just a couple of massive plowsows in the end.
Is this start player clay oven here, or is he renovating?
I don't know. We'll have to see. Either of those is justifiable here.
Yeah.
Ken gets another trigger of Hill Bandit.
It's just major clay oven. Why major? Did he forget that Grain 11 make them miners? I think he forgot that Grain 11 makes them miners.
I think so.
Unless
he wasn't trying to block anything, right?
But, like, no one really wants major this round.
That's true.
So,
does he think he's blocking pottery for Ken or something? I don't know. Or is he worried about the stone oven getting built? And he wants to
that could
protect
be.
his stone oven.
No,
No one can
neither
build
of
it.
those
Looks like.
seem reasonable. They don't. That doesn't seem like no one is close to stone oven. I think he just forgot that they're miners.
Yeah, maybe.
They're still miners, Lumen. Like he doesn't have to return GMO to be able to play the play oven on Star Player.
Yeah.
Right? Like I'm not wrong on that, am I? Like
Nope, it's still a minor. Yeah.
okay. I agree with you. You should not return GMO yet. That's definitely a good play, I think. No, okay. I thought I was wrong there, but yeah.
So who would you say is in the favorite right now, based on
Ken.
about the halfway point? Ken.
Yeah.
Just having food covered forever.
Yep. Yeah. Ranior has to do another grain action, which is well, I guess he doesn't have. He could if he wanted to sow here. I guess he doesn't, and he just does sow bake next round. But just his game took a while to get off the ground. Like the fact that he had to E-star player twice in stage 2 is just like so unfortunate. When his opponents were just setting up, like Montu was renovating, Ken was getting the wood for his fences, CS was playing all of his great no occupation miners.
That said, he has. I think Baker's Servant is probably the best dock in the game. So we'll see.
In this particular game, or just?
No, I mean in this game. Like
this
it's not the
game,
best
yeah.
dock in Agricola.
Right.
I think it's slightly better than Lord of the Manor and slightly better than Noble and slightly better than Animal Husbandry Worker. So it's not like he has a huge advantage there. It's only like slightly better. I suspect he'll still bake here. No, he's just playing Wintercrafter.
Wintercrafter, so
Okay.
he can Wintercraft the stone oven.
I guess. It takes
Oh, he's gonna Wintercraft the pottery. Okay, yeah, makes sense. Yep, takes it away from Ken,
Okay.
and if you think Ken's
Okay,
leading,
so yeah, that's what the major minor was for.
yep,
Blocking the pottery.
nice,
Okay.
nice.
I think it's also just Village Elder. Like he wants.
Yep,
Majors
going
for
for as
Village
many
Elder.
majors as he can. Yep, makes a ton of sense.
Trying to get sailing here in this game with a lot of actions, I guess.
So was Montu counting on getting? Was he counting on getting a stone action here with his first move, or what was the start player was a bit odd. He's just taking 3 wood here. Maybe he
No,
thinks
what
he
is it?
needed the extra food from the reed.
I really don't know actually. Like I have no idea what he has speed for.
Because it wasn't even. It was like his second move too, right? Like.
Yeah. Also, I feel like the Master Stableman is really going to hurt Ken because PS will just take the 2 board here probably.
Damba, you're up late.
Like that. Yeah, Turmar is also here, but we have 2 Norwegian representatives.
True.
We did have, let's see, 4 players from Europe in the seasons. They're all pretty close to making it to the final, all right up there at the top.
Yeah, that always makes it difficult to schedule these kinds of games when you have people at different time slots.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I sparked a discussion on strongest Orc. I'm not actually a huge fan of Mason. I think it's a good, it's a really good Orc, but it's not like Baker Servant level in my opinion.
The problem with Mason is there are too many other ways that you can get later to build freestone rooms these days. Like there are too many other, expansion like you'd rather have, there's like just freestone room just doesn't do it anymore. It's not. It doesn't let you break the game.
I think it's more just that like you have other ways to grow rather than the
Yes,
freestone room
sorry. There are yes, you're right. There's lots of different ways to get the 4th family member without the 4th room. Yes, sorry. And yeah, the freestone room is one way. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ken just looks like a commanding position here. Other than not getting animals, he's really...
So his biggest issue will be plowing, and also he's not actually getting animal points with his fences now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
It's a very good position, but there are issues with it. And I think the biggest issue will be plows, because I don't remember seeing any plow help aside from Baker Servant in this game.
Does Ken need to start player to get the 2 cattle here?
Maybe. I was thinking about
If
that.
he does, he probably wheels the 2 sheep, right? Or how hungry is CS Junior? Will CS Junior take the sheep? If he gets 2 cattle, 2 sheep next round, and maybe plows here, then I'm higher on his game.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is also a game where you say, he plows, yeah.
Well, his last action has to be growth, so he's not going to SP for the 2 cattle.
Yeah.
So I don't think he'll get the 2 cattle, but he'll probably get the 2 sheep.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, if he doesn't get the 2 cattle, I like it a lot less.
Yeah. But this is just a beautiful, like, Lord of the Manor setup for CS, right? Like, he needs wood for fencing, but aside from that, he's got his plows in. Freeloader will probably get in the rest of his plows.
Yep.
He'll max crops, max stables.
Yep.
He'll probably win Animal Holder,
Yep.
or at least come close to it. He might not win it because he needs to feed off of his animals,
And
but Ken doesn't.
And the axiom, freeloader, the person, seeding after the person who grows first in a late family growth game, is usually in a very good position. And
Right. Rope fences, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so his position is very commanding here. Like, I really like it.
And the fact that he family growths without an action, thanks to Baby Sling, like, that's going to be incredible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it was very lucky for him that I think correctly Ranior had to pass him Baby Sling in order to actually get Baker 7. So it's one of those games where Baker 7 didn't actually hit. So, well enough. Like, Granary is not quite what you're looking for. And having to pass Baby Sling for Granary was really, really rough.
Yeah. Yep, that was it's a great combo, of course.
Yeah, Montu has feeding problems, right? Like.
Yeah, Montu's feeding does not scale. Yeah, beyond the Peasant's Boutique.
Yeah. I think his feeding problems are going to cripple him overall. Montu does.
He's got BMW, and is that it as far as...
Peasant's Boutique, so slightly
Boutique
better
now.
than BMW.
Oh, right.
But like, he doesn't have, like, there's not that much read in this game. So he doesn't have a way to just sort of get a big pile of read and not have to keep taking Reedstone food over and over again.
Right.
And of course he wants to spend more read for his 4th room if he's going to try to get Mason out here. Which, I wonder if you almost don't play Mason if you see Family Growth flip in 12 and you just noble Family Growth.
I suspect Mason is dead, actually, this game, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, between rope fences and axe, Reed was fairly pressured this game.
Mm-hmm.
And there were no real readouts. I don't count Stonehouse Builder as a readout. Or, like, read help.
Mm-hmm.
Like, barely any read. You've got to spend an action on it. No, I think he's probably pivoting to just getting his fences done, getting some, like, farming done, and then just trying to grow without room. He's just too far away from Mason at this point.
Does CS block these cattle and just eat other animals?
I'm sure he takes the cattle here, actually.
Yeah, eat the 3 sheep for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Because he has to eat some animals to get through this harvest anyways, so.
Yeah.
And you never want to, and you don't want to pass Ken the 2 cattle here. You never want to be passing Ken the 2 cattle.
Mm-hmm.
Ken's a stable round 1, looking pretty good. I was kind of like, what is he doing? But he's having a great game.
Yeah, farm stable.
Yeah. Yeah. And just the start player to get, I think he needed Reedstone food for his axe as well.
Yep. It's one of the issues I have with axe is you need to get Reedstone food early, and, well, against good players, Reedstone food tends to be pretty competitive.
Mm-hmm.
But having good miner like that, which actually has some pretty good payoff this game, that's fine.
Oh, farm stable.
Dom, but don't you know I'm psychic?
No. So CS's actions are to sow bake and probably SP rope fences.
Does anyone block Ken from getting this other plow here?
Montu might plow here. I don't. He kind of wants to fence, but he doesn't need to fence here. No, he's gonna fence here.
Yeah, I think fencing is correct, probably.
But Ranior's never fencing on 14 with Animal Husbandry Worker in the game. I think he could have last action fenced. But maybe he's got some other move in mind.
I think the issue is he probably needs to take read somehow.
Yeah.
for feeding.
Right.
So,
And he figured and Reedstone Food is unblockable, and he's just planning to Reedstone Food here. Yeah, that's reasonable. Reedstone Food and then take 3 Reed next round and build his 4th room.
so slow, but that might be
Yeah.
what he's going for.
Yeah.
It's just way too slow. We know most of their 7+7 hands down, but I don't know Kent, but we've seen the other 3. Yeah. I don't think any of us know Ken's exact hand, but we have some deductions based on what was in the pack.
Reno rope fences, not start player.
Yeah, it was always Reno. Lubin was 100% correct. There's no reason to SP for
the freeloader.
Yeah.
And in fact, the freeloader cannot start players sometimes, which we forget because we haven't played with freeloader that much. For like 5 years, we didn't play G deck.
Yeah. Donba's asking for a recap of hands. I'm not going to recap their entire hands, but I'll tell you their important cards. CS has Lord of the Manor. That's really the big card.
Yeah.
Ranior has not much left in hand that's actually particularly strong, I would say. Treasure Hunter, I guess, is the main card left in his hand, along with a Rake and a Flat Hill, so he'll get his Reno from the clay without any issues. CS has basically played his entire hand at this point, except like Lord of the Manor and Liquid Manure. I don't think he's going to play Village Full anymore, and the rest of his ops do nothing. And I don't know Ken's hand.
We don't think Ken has anything else that moves the needle. Like Ken is just developing his farm the rest of the way.
Yeah. So I think Montu has Mason, and that's about it, really.
Yeah, Mason and the 4-point category. Oh my goodness, I can't remember the name already.
Village
Elders played, right?
No. The 4, not Forward Occupation, Lord of the Manor. That's what I'm trying to say. Lord of the Manor and Mason. Those are the 2 key cards. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We're not expecting anything else at this point.
Yeah, the total lack of wood pressure in this game is also working out nicely for CS because his master stable basically didn't cost him anything.
Yeah.
And got a really good tempo. Yep, well played game, well planned out game. He told me in the draft that he really loved his draft at the end of it. It does fit his playstyle extremely well.
Yeah.
Who's this, Ranior or
CS Junior?
Yes, yeah.
He has such a synergistic hand, right? Arms Basket, Evening Prayer go so well together that you have Baby Sling plus Freeloader.
Yeah, and then Master Stableman supports the Lord of the Manor nicely.
Yep.
With rope fences as well, yep.
And he got to basically grow second with Ranier parking. Just the game broke his way really nicely. If it flips growth here, I don't see him losing.
And this is where the Baker Servant starts to go off, when you can do stuff like play the Stone Oven, get a field, get a bunch of food with one action. It's just like... it's nice.
Yeah. So Ranier should be winning a Wintercrafter, a Village Elder. But
With
it's not really
Wintercrafter
guaranteed.
in play,
It doesn't have the action.
Ooh, Plowsow in 12.
Okay, so this is still entirely competitive now, I think.
Yeah. If it was round 12 family growth, I think CS is winning this. Without that, it's closer. It's definitely
Like
closer.
Plaza is huge for 10. It's like absolutely perfect. It's exactly what he wanted to flip there.
What did Ken start player with there?
Grain corn sheaf.
Corn
got a
sheaf.
grain.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's actually an awesome SP when you're trying to get your crops for Plaza.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So nice. Yeah. Ken's played this game really well. Like I think, he set up his feeding really nicely. He's getting his crops. He will probably end on 4-stone rooms. I don't see any issue with that. He probably doesn't, or he takes the well. Like he can read stone food.
Food, build the well. Yeah.
He has a lot of options here.
Montu's thinking here, but does he has to snap this read, doesn't he? Or no?
I don't think the read is all that competitive. The only person who might go for it is Ken, if Ken's going to try to double Reno. But I think Ken wants the 2 boar if he can get it. I don't think Montu has to take the read here. But if you're right, if he's going to read, build, grow, then he does have to take the read here.
Right. That's
Ken could take read for Reno BMW. I think probably Reedstone Food is better for him though, because it's like a push towards the well or double Reno.
Yeah, I think Montu could also be looking at, does he want 2 boar here? Then he could build the well with his stone instead of building a 4th room. That'd be the other thing to look at.
I think the 4th room line is just dead now. Like I get that he has Mason in hand, but so slow.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how he pulls it off. His farm is lacking a lot of things.
It's just that he won't get enough fields, right? That's the big issue. Is that he's just not. He's going to leave so many spaces open. Um,
Well, he needs fields, he needs animals, like he needs food. He doesn't really have food.
yeah.
And the problem with it takes him what 3 actions to get to Mason, which is fine, but
Well, yeah. I
I
think he doesn't need a Mason, right? But of course, he wished family growth flipped here.
yeah. He might still go for it given a family growth and flip, and it's really the only thing he has in his hand that does anything for him at this point.
Yeah.
So.
Like plowing a field 2 points at a time is not good enough.
He's too far behind. Yeah.
Yeah.
So. He needed early growth this game. His hand basically said, "I do nothing in late growth." Even with Noble, Noble is his only late growth card. But if you're committing to Stonehouse Builder early and growth comes late, you're just in trouble. So we'll see.
He yeah, even if he goes for the other grove here, it seems it's just going to be really hard. He's going to end up with like 2 fields or something probably.
Okay, this time it's not your stream that's lagging. Montu is actually taking a while to think. It's a tough call here. I mean, I think I would just take the 2-bore. 2-bore are a really good action.
You could even start player, but if you plan to pick up a crop and Noble, can he double family growth with Noble? Is that something you could do?
Your own space with Noble, yes. Yeah.
So he could start player to double grow with Noble, but then he needs 8 food, which a read gets him to 6. I don't know.
I guess if he takes the boar, he has to hope start players there when it comes back to him. If he's going that way, if he wants to grow
not necessarily. He doesn't really need start player. He's gonna corn sheaf. Yeah, he is gonna start player.
Huh. So that's pretty good for Ken. Ken's gonna get these boar, right?
CS might take them, but CS probably has to take wood. I don't know.
No, CS was copying Plauso.
Still Plauso, yeah. That's better.
That's pretty great for Ken, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, although going next round is a bit sad for him. But you're right. I mean, Ken probably gets the 2 cattle 4th. Right?
Yeah.
So, that works. That is good. I mean, Ken's just in a good position. Ken's in the position where everything's good for him, right? If plow's there, he can plow. If pairs of animals are there, he can take pairs of animals. He's just like, his farm is putting him in a position that no matter what he gets, he's pretty happy.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Ranior will fence here and take 2 cattle because he has no use for plow. So I'm suspecting Montu opens with growth. So I don't think Ken will get the cattle.
We have the well. Wait, did Montu actually build the well?
Yep, looks like it.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is far more reasonable than trying for the stone room.
Yeah.
Like, it's 4 points. You don't have to waste 3 actions.
Yeah, and also the fact, Domba, that nobody had to queue up for family growth except for Ranior and CS Junior. Those are the only 2 players who had to start player to get family growth.
Yep, you're right. Ryan fenced here. CS had to take 2 traveling players because he didn't want to eat all his animals. I guess.
Yeah.
Is there pressure on Sobake here? I'm thinking, is there pressure on Sobake in 14?
On 14, yeah, maybe. In 14, there might be.
Do we have any more minor bakes in the draft?
No.
I don't think so. Didn't see any.
Just thinking that Ken is it's gonna be huge points for Ken, and if he gets it, it's gonna screw over. It might screw over CS or Ranior. So we might see CS have to choose between family growth and plow solo in 14.
Yeah, I think CS just will probably end up taking the plow, or he'll plow next round. No, I think CS will probably just give up the family growth, even though it has baby swing. Like, the family growth not flipping in 12 was a very, very big swing for CS. Like, it's why the game is not completely over, I think, so.
The, Ken may run CS down on Animal Holder here. I think he's going to pass him up if...
Yeah.
That's huge.
Well, and the other reason I think CS Junior also wants so big because of Animal Holder. That's the other thing.
Ooh, that's a card we didn't catch in the draft.
Yeah,
Which one?
Remodeler here. Wow.
Remodeler.
No, I said Remodeler was in the draft, but I forgot about it too. Yeah, it was in.
Wow.
I think it was in Ranior's opening pile, or CS's. I can't remember which one. That's nice though. Ken gets to 5.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he'll get the stone.
Does he get the 3 stone? Yeah. If he gets the 3 stone, then Stone House, awesome. Obviously.
Yeah, Ken has crafted a really excellent game here.
Mm-hmm. Ken hasn't
To
played
be
6,000
fair,
games,
to be
you know.
fair, part of what has worked well for Ken is he sat after CS Junior's Baby Sling.
Yeah.
I mean, that was
That's
huge.
pretty
Yeah,
huge.
That's huge. That's a big part of the game for Ken. But you're right that
Shovel work
he has
Animal
crafted a
House was
nice
very
game.
sharp. Like, he didn't push for the second build before setting up his feeding.
Yep.
He did a lot of really good things.
No. You're right. I'm not discounting that, but I think that's having a pretty big impact in this game.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if Montu wields Plowstone and then can copy growth. That might happen here. Ken might SP here. CS can't, right? Not allowed to.
Mm-hmm.
CS Ken, he can start player with his second action.
Second action, not first action.
Oh, I
don't know- I don't
already
know
see
who
that
can
baby
address
sling.
this.
CS is already baby slinged.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, no, I was trying to. I wasn't sure who T-Pumba was referring to. Probably Ken. I think Ken might SP here. Yeah, SP Plowstone is quite strong for Ken. Or he might just plow. Either of those are reasonable. No, he Renault BMWs. Huh? Interesting. He's just giving up on the 5 stone rooms.
I think Wallfly's got a point. Ken could take the 3 stone if he thinks.
Yeah, well, there's a decent amount of Reno pressure here. Like both CS Junior and Ranior both want a Reno, so unless somebody else lets Ken Reno, then he's under a lot of pressure for the Reno.
Probably not getting the stone.
There's some Renault pressure, but Ken probably doesn't have to desperately grow this round. And there's only 3 Renos left. There's no way Ranior tries for the stone Renault, I think, at this rate.
But my point being that if Ranior or if Ken takes the stone and Ranior or CS Junior Reno, then Ken is in a lot of trouble.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, that's true. Ken can't get the stone anyways, that's right. Oh, no, never mind. Ranior has Flat Hill. So he's
Oh, yes. So does Ken remember Flat Hill?
Yeah.
Yes. That's a good point.
Yeah, the room placement's pretty cool. I like it. Nice and symmetric. It's like a yin yang symbol, essentially.
It fits together nicely, yes.
Yeah. He has reloader Dunbar.
Does Montu double back on Grow or double back on Plowso here?
I would say grow, but doesn't he have to take read at this point?
I don't know how he feed. Yeah, I don't know.
He has to take read here. I don't unless does Artichoke Field do enough work?
No.
Or did like he's picked up all his well food. Like he looks like he would love to Plowso, but he has to take read here.
I think so too. So yeah.
So Noble, not the strongest card when it gives you actions that you would get anyways.
I think Monty's big issue has just been feeding.
Yeah.
Like you can't not set up a feeding engine and hope that things will work out. They usually don't.
Man, Ken's just getting everything. He got the boar grab last round. He got the plow here. Like his farm is.
Yep, his farm will be done complete. So
Yeah.
we'll have to see if CS's Lord of the Manor can overtake that. It does seem difficult now, but maybe.
CS Junior's got a really nice. Once he fences, he's got a really nice farm. Once that fence comes down, his farm is really high scoring.
He's
Is he
unfortunately 2 woods short of being able to animal husbandry fence, so he probably maybe just gives up on animal husbandry fencing. I don't know if it's worth the full action.
I was wondering about that. Yeah, he's even with the reed, he's a little short.
You think so? It's a 3.3 wood action.
It's only 2 points.
It covers an extra space.
It doesn't cover an extra space, right? He can fence 13. 13 is the same amount of. It's an extra pasture.
It's an extra pasture or it's an extra space. But with Lord of the Manor, of course he's going to fence 12, right? He's never fencing 13.
Yeah. That's well.
So then it's a 3. So then I think it's a 3.3 wood action, right?
He just fenced here, so for animal capacity.
It's definitely free Lord Plowso, which is
which I was trying to highlight earlier that there was a lot of pressure on the Plowso.
So yeah, like growth in 12 was basically a free 3 points and an extra action for CS. That's probably going to be on the order of 5 to 6 points for him. Big loss between.
Is the baby from Baby Sling? Do you have to pay 1 food or 2 for?
1 food. It's still a newborn.
1.
You don't.
Okay.
Oh, for the newborn, yeah.
I was trying to figure out if CS doesn't have to eat any animals here. I think if he might have to eat a grain, I guess, but he's got an action.
So this is very smart start player, I think, from Ken. Like there's 2 people. There are 2 people in this game, in my opinion. I think Ranior is not close enough. His game looks a little bit short. Ranier's not doing terribly though, so he might still be in this. But putting CS last and guaranteeing yourself a Plowso is just a really good move, I think.
Yeah.
Even with freeloader, you don't like going last because it doesn't affect your first action, but it affects all the other actions, right? So.
And CS did just decide to fence 12 and give up on the animal husbandry worker points.
He doesn't have actions. He wants to breed his animals, right?
Yeah.
He also can't afford to not breed this round.
He wants to breed his animals, but he was always eating the cattle anyways, right? Like he's not going to get to 6 cattle.
No, there's animal holder.
Oh right, of course, yeah. So but I mean, even so, he still ate the cattle, right? But you're saying fence to make room for the 6 animal. Yeah, I see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a direct 3-point swing, a 6-point swing between him and Ken, basically. Or Ranior even. Ranior did manage to pick up 2 breeding pairs. Although I think Ken will probably end up with more animals.
Isn't Ken? Yeah, the fact that Ken doesn't eat animals and he's got 8 food coming from Shovel Worker here is pretty. Well, 4 food each harvest, I should say.
He might have to eat animals updated. So. Oh, mini pasture is in this game. That's a really good point. Yeah, CS will be playing mini pasture.
Oh, really?
That's yeah, I completely forgot about that.
Oh wow.
Reno mini pasture is that's a 3-point minor for him. So.
Yeah. You just got to get food sorted. I guess he could take the pigs here if they come back. If Montu doesn't take them.
Rainier's played a nice game. Yeah, I think his farm is really nice, Turambar. It's a bit sad that he's on a 3-room clay house with with 3 family members, so that's hurting him, right?
Yeah, I mean, Turambar's point is solid though, right? Like he got late growth, he had to park, he had the most miserable stage too.
Yeah.
And this really nice outcome given all of how badly that went.
Yeah. But I think his farm is a little lower. It's a deceptively lower than it looks.
He does have more card points. I think the 4 stables for CS plus Lord of the Manor is a pretty big point.
It's a big swing.
And,
yeah.
I'm already giving Ken 3 points in Animal Holder. I think he's going to win that. Because he can always just eat a veggie if he needs to feed. Oh no, he doesn't actually have any way to eat animals. Never mind, he's going to take a read action to feed.
I like how these guys all presumptively gave themselves 2 points for animal husbandry worker. This is where I love slapping down the midnight fencer or whatever it is, just being like, nope, 5 pastures is not good enough.
Meadow or shared wall, yeah. Oh, there is village elder. Actually, Ryan's going to be pretty competitive. Yeah, he'll get the village elder points probably.
I was about to ask how that race is looking.
It's 6-5-5 right now. So
and he's got another minor that doesn't cost him an action. Yep. Mm-hmm. Did he say is it Ranior that has rake?
No, CS has rake. So CS actually is going to Reno rake rather than Reno mini pasture. It's more points, assuming he can win village elder.
Oh, but Wintercrafter just seals the deal on this, right? Probably.
Wait, Reno rake is more points than mini pasture because he has to eat food.
No, if he wins village elder.
Oh, if he
gotcha,
ties for it,
passes.
yes.
But Wintercrafter makes it confusing.
Wintercrafter, yeah, I think that's unlikely to be the case. Yeah,
I think you play both anyways, right? You play mini.
you're right. You probably do play both because those are just your best moves. Yeah, like what else is he doing? Taking 1 point sheep, and he's not going to do that. Does he? Is there a chance he wheels family growth here? Like, what's Ranior doing with his next move? I don't think Montu is family growthing, but what's Ranior doing?
Montu just took it.
Yeah. Montu grew. Okay.
Huh.
Yeah. Because Montu wants to plow so with his unblockable action rather than grow.
True. Yep. I guess I thought Montu had to take Reed, and maybe there was another source of points for him, but it just because family growth is very likely only 2 points for him, right? I have to think Montu, the extra food is probably a point for Montu, just because his feeding is so tough.
Yep, he needs 9, and he has basically 3 with Artichoke Field.
So he picks 7. Up another 5 from Reedstone food.
Yep. Yeah, that puts him at 8.
And then he eats a raw grain. But he wants to. He eats a raw grain.
I'm wrong, by the way. Rake is with Ranior.
Rake is with Ranior, so that's big.
That's the Wintercrafter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could he steal this thing? We've counted him out, but.
I mean, he is going to be competitive for sure, actually, and he's going to Reno Rake now, or Reno and then play Rake on Wintercrafter, regardless, whichever.
You love having Flat Hill with pottery. Saving yourself the 3 clay is just so nice.
Mm-hmm. There's the mini pasture, okay.
Yeah, this has been very competitive and very well played overall, I think.
Yeah, everyone's solid game. CS would like to see the sheep come back to him, I guess. Montu might take it.
Montu has to Reedstone food and plow so, I think. Those are Montu's last 2 moves.
Okay.
Yeah, Reno FP looks reasonable, but mini pasture got blocked anyways. Reno mini pasture got played.
So the sheep coming back to CS is pretty big. And then the plow, he probably gets another plow too. That's pretty nice. Maybe that's...
Yeah, did Ken set his sights too low here? Is that what we're seeing? Ken building the BMW instead of trying for the double Renault?
I don't know if he remembered Flat Hill. I don't know if he saw Flat Hill. Let me see what pick Ryan took it at. Yeah, it was a pretty late pick for Ranior. It was 5th pick. So,
yeah.
I guess he just didn't remember Flat Hill or didn't know if like Ranior.
I mean, I would have forgotten it too at that point.
Yeah. I mean, Ken has a family member over CS and 2 family members over Ranior. So there are points there. But looking at their farms, I guess he should be able to win Animal Holder at least. That should be doable.
I think
given that he can't eat his animals at all.
Yeah, like he actually can't eat his animals. Yeah, that's right. He's forced himself to get the Animal Holder points by not building a cookery.
Yeah. It'd be great if Ken takes 6 wood and then drops Scrounger here. That'd be funny. It wouldn't work because he has to eat Reed, but...
The score calculator shows CS and Ken exactly tied with base points, and it looks like Ken has 3, 6...
Lord of the Manor breaks that tie, though, right?
Yeah. CS has 7 extra, and Ken has 6 if he wins Animal Holder, so CS
would
be about 1.
CS is breeding a point also, and Ken is not. Well, actually, CS might need to eat a cattle, so I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
CS is eating 2 boar here, right? Oh, no, never mind. Yes, of course, because Animal Holder, right?
It doesn't matter. He's not winning Animal Holder, so he would eat a cattle and a boar probably. Yeah, like, he unfortunately can't eat any of his crops if he wants the Lord of the Manor points, so they're all roughly like a point.
Right.
Super close between those 2. Let's see where Rainier's at with the...
It shows 49. CS showing 49 with his final.
Yeah, that's an excellent score. Ken has it. Ken's already at 44. And he's getting 6 bonus points.
Nice.
Well, no, Ranier's... I mean, he has it over CS. What is Ranier's score? 2-point break, 3-point village. Yeah, actually, Ranier is also at 50.
He's at 50.
Wow.
And he breeds 2 points, so Ranier wins 52.
Does he actually? Wow. If he does, well done.
Oh, that's insane.
Well done.
That's really well done. Like,
yeah.
His stage 2 was so bad, I didn't think he could win this one.
Baker's Servant.
The major minor clay oven ended up being a really excellent move.
Mm-hmm. Getting the pottery was big. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
That was
What?
Brilliant, really.
How late did he get Wintercrafter? Was that his third pick?
Fifth pick, I think.
Fifth pick?
Fifth pick.
Yeah, fifth pick Wintercrafter, pretty good.
No, that was his third pick. Never mind.
That was I was gonna say that was his third. Yes, third
The
pick
more reasonable pick,
Wintercrafter.
husbandry Mason.
Yeah, no, not that it was unreasonable, but just that it's done so much work here, and he really incorporated it into his hand really well.
So I think he was the first person to know about Village Elder and also see Wintercrafter, so he just snapped the Wintercrafter because it's so strong in a Village Elder game.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ranior takes it looks like.
Wow. Yeah, getting to Reno Flat Hill with Wintercrafter was incredible. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
Should we go to a room and see if we can get Ranior to come over and chat with us a bit?
You should just ask anyone who wants to come over, I guess, from the table. Yeah.
Is there a way to add him to this call, or do we have to go to a room?
I can add him to this call. Do you want to ask him first if he wants to join?
Yeah, I'll go check with him.
Nicely done, Rainier. Well done. Congratulations.
Yeah, that was fantastic. I really did not think he could do that. That stage 2 was just quite miserable for him.
Yeah.
He parked, and then everyone else grew one round after him.
Yeah.
But Baker's Servant is just such a good card.
Yeah. And the first pick Granary also, he made a couple really, really hard decisions that ended up working out. Like, first pick Granary there, like...
Yep.
You have to have so much discipline to make that pick.
Yeah. I wanted to ask him, too, that round he decided to take the 4 wood and not sit on start player and that came back to him. How did he know that would come back? That seems huge.
Yeah, what was the analysis
I don't think he knew. I think it's just, if I park here with my first action, don't take a good action, I die. So I take the good action. Like, you should also ask Andrew to CS to join, because he won the regular season, right? Like,
yeah.
I mean, if Ken wants to join, he should join too. It's fine. They all played a really good game. Like, everyone should hate to park. Parking is just awful. Sometimes it's correct, but it's still kind of awful. At least his minors were amazing, though. Like, he did play 3 incredible minors to park.
Yes.
Because he played Granary, Cookies, and then Grain Mill Oven.
Yes, he did.
So
yeah.
I messaged them all 4 finalists to see if they want to call in.
Yep, seems good.
I'm surprised we had 3 players end with 5 fields.
Yeah.
With the only real plow help being Evening Prayer.
Mm-hmm.
No plows.
Baker Servant.
Baker Servant. Oh yeah, Baker Servant. Yes, of course. Yeah.
Also, freeloader copied plow. So plow still flipping in 12 is why everyone got.
That's true. You're right. Yeah.
All right, Sid, CS, and Ken said sure. So if you can pull them into this.
Okay. I will. I can definitely pull CS. I might have to add Ken as a friend, and he might have to respond to that.
Okay, I'll let him know.
So I'll add. What is Ken's Discord ID? Actually, I need his Discord ID.
Just KEN. Oh, you like?
No, you need the numbers in order to add someone. Yeah.
That's a good question.
Maybe don't say it aloud.
Oh. I'll send it.
Type it in the private message. I don't know if he wants it broadcast on stream.
Yeah. Okay, I just sent it to you.
So I'm just confirming.
No, I'm on board to dox people. Yeah, let's do it.
All right, I sent Ken a friend request, and I'll add CS. Did Ranior say nothing?
Not yet.
Okay.
Yep, he said go ahead also.
Oh, go ahead and add him as well. Okay.
Just want to take a moment to say congratulations, Blackjack Davey, on a fun event. I think all the participants enjoyed it. We got to see a nice game, so.
Yeah, well, I wanted to thank you for being willing to host it and stream this game. I always enjoy that you and Sid doing commentary, so I'm glad people got to watch.
I'm glad it was a good game too. It was very, very tight, like really well played overall.
Yeah.
All right, so Ranier and CS are here now, so they can talk if they want.
So introduce yourselves. First of all, congratulations, Ranior.
And
Thanks
CS.
much.
For CS for winning the regular season, and Ranier for winning the playoffs. We shouldn't forget that CS crushed the regular season just because he narrowly lost the final game, yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
And he's a 50-50. He's a family growth in 12 away from winning this game as well.
He definitely wins.
That was
Well,
my analysis here. The two things that I noted in this game was, so I had a really tough pick. Second, I took Freeloader, with the first pick, Lord of the Manor. Yeah, even with Village Elder in that pack, taking Freeloader there kind of just gives away those 3 points because you're not SPing, you're not playing those improvements. But I felt like it was good enough with Lord of the Manor for the upside, but not getting Animal Holder either. Just when there's two forward ox in the game and you don't get either of them, that usually does not go well to win the game. And as William said, round 12 grow and I win this game as well. So I got a little unfortunate there, but Ryan played really well.
We
Yeah.
thought you might steal the Animal Holder for a second when you had the stables, but you just couldn't get fences down.
Yeah, the fences were too slow. I was maybe supposed to be slightly inefficient and just major mini pasture sooner, but I was like, I want to play these improvements on Reno, and that going for efficiency might have losing that tempo might have been costly too on the animals.
So
I'm not sure you had the actions to do that. Like, your actions are very tight this game.
That was my thought. I didn't feel like I had the actions to do it because it was round 7 grow and all.
Yeah. I think you dabble in the 50-50 and sometimes you don't quite win. Like, it happens sometimes.
I did very much come to regret SP to get first growth, though, when all of a sudden you did play the baby sling and Montu reveals he's just doing noble hijinks. I was like, well, that was not good. I got to grow one round ahead of everyone else. Yay!
So we were laughing. We were saying that was our comment on stream, that the round 7 family growth and then everyone else growing in 8 was so disastrous for you.
Yeah, it was
my head,
not.
I was like, Ryan's lost here.
Yeah.
And then,
I kind of thought so too when all of you grew. I was like, this can't be good. But Baker's Servant is a monster, obviously.
Baker's Servant's amazing.
Yeah.
Also, you got a ton of support for Baker Servant in this draft. So Ranier was the only grain source, so you did a really good job of making sure you had enough grain always. But aside from that, Cookies is like the best Baker Servant card, maybe. GMO is one of the best Baker Servant cards. Flat Hill is one of the best Baker Servant cards. Rake is one of the best.
Correct, I agree. The miners were incredible for my game too.
And then you combo that with Wintercrafter, which can just play all these miners with no actions, and even late growth doesn't really hurt you there. So it worked. Like, the draft went extremely nicely for you. I thought Andrew had won the draft a little bit, but the tension between Animal Husbandry Worker and Master Stableman was going to be an issue.
So
I basically thought like you had the highest upside with the growth flipping in 12. I think there's no way you lose with family growth without room flipping in 12, and if the growth is reasonably late, like 6 or 7.
Yeah, that's a good point. I was thinking in my head that, like, looking at, I mean, Ryan's hand specifically, there's just so much synergy there. It's so tough to beat that. But, I mean, like you just said, I was a 50-50 away, and those are always rough to lose because, you lose the coin flip. I've been losing the coin flip so often recently, and it's really frustrating.
You had a dominant seasons. Like, I still feel a little silly claiming I'm the champ because you crushed the actual league, which is what matters. Like, I won the final game. Woo.
Well,
I mean, you got second place yourself in the season. So
I did well.
Yeah, you played very well.
Who do we remember? Do we remember the Super Bowl champion, or do we remember whoever won the regular season? I think there's your answer right there. Couple moves I wanted to highlight. Ranior, if you could just talk about them a little bit. You obviously don't start player in 5, but then you do when it comes back. The other one, your first move, a clay oven, in was that in 8 or 9? That ended up working out really well, taking the pottery away from Ken and his Hill Bandit.
Yeah, so both of those I think are pretty big, and I think you're right. So the 5 thing, I tend not to like to squat start player, and so I take an action. I assume Ken's going to squat SP, and I'm okay with that. But then Ken doesn't squat SP. He also just lets it go, and then that's when I decide I do have enough miners I can get by, and I also am kind of at that point just gambling on the 50-50 growth flips, and then it didn't, and I thought that was really bad, but I mean, I survived that, and then outright buying the clay oven is mostly because I assume, and correctly, that I can get the stone oven later. Um, and then that gets me another bake action, which I pretty desperately need in order to just keep getting more fields out. So that was quite helpful. And then yeah, stealing the pottery was all just about it was obvious to me that there was a million clay. Like Hill Bandit is a bunch of clay. I planned a flat hill, which adds clay. Montu just renoed really fast and doesn't look like he's ever gonna go for a hearth or like I mean, the only cookery ever bought was the hearth. So yeah, like there's just so much clay in this game.
All right, so Ken's also here now. We managed to add him to the call.
Hey, how are you?
Hey,
Hello.
Ken.
Nicely played. You were very, very close there. That was a really well played game, I think. Like the animal house.
Thank you. I thought the Lord of the Manor was going to win, but no, I guess not. I knew I was going to have a low ceiling. I had no majors. Well, because I never needed food because I had the other thing. So if you don't have majors,
Mhm.
you're not looking at a 75-point game. And
That's
Well,
funny. Yeah.
Your 3 wood into stables was a very nice. Your 3 wood into stable miner was a very nice round 1. That worked out well for you.
well, yeah, thank you. It just worked. It was coincidental. I was like, well, I got the other thing to turn a stable into a house, so I might as well do it.
Out
I
of
really thought.
curiosity, sorry.
Go on.
I was gonna ask, do you have parchment in hand?
Parchment is play a sheep and you get an occupation?
Yeah.
No, I don't. I don't.
I can't remember who
So
ended up
I
with
sat
that.
there in round 4, and I was like, I thought about this like since round 3. I was like, man, if Ken has parchment, he might take 2 sheep on me. Then I sat
No.
there and I thought and I thought, and I was like, nah, he probably doesn't. And I took 2 reed, but I was like, I could eat this if he takes 2 sheep.
Well, I thought about 2 sheep with the 1 stable, just to get them breeding for the other card, but nah, I was on a schedule. I had things to do. I really thought Montu was going to win at the start because I passed him so many stone house cards that it's like,
Manservant, which is
Yeah, manservant never hitting the table was surprising.
like taking
well,
diligence over manservant there was probably his undoing actually, because he needed food so badly. Manservant would have been
I
so good for him.
Was that
passed
the
him.
pick? I don't.
I passed
Yeah.
him Mason out of my first pack because I didn't know there would be any other stone house cards. Then the Mason's friend, go to read stone food even if it's occupied, was with the same pack as turn a stable into a room. So they both helped the Mason. So I went with the one that helped me. And then the third pack is manservant. I'm like, well, now this is ridiculous. So I just took the manservant just to block it. I didn't even know that Noble was his first pick. So once I saw Noble, I'm
You
like,
did block manservant. Okay, gotcha. That makes sense.
right. I was just like, I just can't. I have to be responsible. I can't just say, here's scholar, chief, plow driver, and manservant. It's a gift. you know, I had to do something because he was getting everything. And then when I
Yeah.
saw Noble, I thought the game was over. I thought it was over at the start. As soon as he played Noble, it's like he has everything.
Yeah.
I want some credit for block picking Master Renovator. I took that guy on a flyer. I was like, maybe manservant wheels. That pack was busted.
One, I am curious about one thing actually. I have the silly guy where I can't remember his dumb name, Bargain Hunter, where you put food on traveling. So in a village elder game, that seems okay. I wanted one of you to play that and feed my food con, but that never happened.
That's funny.
Yeah.
There was so actually the whole early game, I was like, wow, Montu has to have axe. There's no way he does all this redstone fooding and stuff without axe. And then I was just like scheduling him to start player, and then I take 2 read, and Ken goes, well, guess I'll start player, and he plays axe, and I was like, oh.
Well, I just can't I will not stay in fourth pick again and again. And I know he's, it's like I just can't sit here fourth and take like the dregs choices So Axe
Yeah.
is okay. Axe is an okay card.
No, it's a good SP, I think. Yeah, I mean, SP Axe is always fairly
Yeah.
decent.
That was
So.
good. I agree. I had a really hard time reading what Montu was up early. I do think the general game plan is fine, but
Food
Yeah.
was the biggest.
Is
he
Stonehouse
needed.
Builder ever fine? Come on.
Well, when you're just going for rooms and then you have a quick noble and you have guaranteed growth that way, like in a
Yeah,
late growth,
But
with
he
Reno flipping and late growth coming, like I think it turns out it's a fine line.
Yeah.
He needed
But-
foods, I
but
agree, and
he
then
got off his game plan, I think, because all of a sudden, he's like, okay, give me the well. I'm like, I don't know how the well
Well,
gets.
No,
I don't know how the well gets.
it was the BMW.
Okay, what? Right.
Yeah.
I mean
To
he needed
spend
food, so like I get it,
right.
but yeah.
I wanted
This
to
is
ask Ranior, your food connoisseurs suffered a little bit when you didn't get 3 food round 3.
That was really unfortunate. To be honest, I'm actually really surprised Montu took 3 food there. I like if his plan was always a BMW to feed, I have no idea how he values 3 food above Reedstone food, but oh well.
I sat there and was like, okay, Ryan's gonna wheel 3 food, yada yada yada. Like I was planning out all the actions I thought people were gonna take, and then
I didn't
he
expect
took
Ken
3
to take
food,
3
and I
food
was like,
either, to be
oh,
honest. But yeah, both of them taking 3 food was very unexpected. I mean, it sets me back 1 food, which is, not negligible by any means, but it's not the worst case. But that was
Well,
unfortunate. I was very much expecting to wheel 3 food.
I just know I'm not going to get 4 food, right? So 3 food is the new 4 food. Is the last.
I guess you just didn't look super. You didn't look super hungry. I mean, I get it. I tend to like food tempo into stage 2 as well, and you also didn't have any food plans, but I don't necessarily know that. So
in
Right.
an animal holder game, those actions are really valuable. You want to be able to keep your animals. So
yeah,
I also want to be able to play a couple more. I played almost every card I had. I had occupations I had to play.
well, and none of them directly give you food until shovel worker, and you had so
Right.
and that's fine. But that's what I mean. I don't know necessarily what your hand is, so like it
Right.
wasn't crazy for you to take 3 food. I just didn't know how much you valued it. And then like I said, I did not expect Montu to take 3 food, but yeah, I
My
mean it was fine too.
miners sucked. I think my first pick miner, I forget, I'm sorry I didn't screenshot it. Put food if you have a stable, maybe. Or if you have exactly 1 occupation, put food out. I mean, miners were negligible. But yeah, whatever. It was a good game. At least it was close.
Yeah.
I like close games, not
Very good
blowouts
game.
or throwing wins by
Mhm.
20 points.
It was a very interesting game, and it is exciting when it's that close and that tight and all that. Some other big things for me, like right at the end too, like Montu SP actually was pretty huge for me because getting the pair of cows in 13 was,
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
yeah, getting a 4-point move and then wheeling the 2 sheep too. Like I was getting 4-point and 3-point moves that I really needed. So
Hmm. Yeah, I was wondering if you were supposed to take growth instead of the 2 cows, but Montu left you growth, right? Oh no, he didn't leave you growth. He grew.
he
Never mind.
grew. I thought he was gonna double grow because Noble lets you
He was
copy
too
his
hungry,
base.
and he got
But
plowed so bad.
I realized, I realized he was too hungry in the once I paid closer attention. But that's what I originally assumed he was SPing for. I thought
Yeah,
he was gonna double grow.
yeah. I mean, Montu's game plan was sort of okay, but he never had food, and
Yep.
and also this is a atrocious game to try to be feeding off of Reed when there's rope fences and an axe. He didn't know about the axe, but I think he knew about rope fences, right? So
Yeah.
still
Yeah,
questionable.
that's a good point.
I
Yeah.
sat there and was like, I need a lot of read. That's good because I'm gonna be
Actually,
behind the
and
axe
that's
read.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, and that's a good point. Montu's game plan involved a lot of read too, if he was trying to get to a 5-room mason house, and so
Mhm.
eating read is that is a tough life.
Yeah. I think Stonehouse Builder fools you sometimes into thinking you have like extra read than you actually do. You have to take a lot of actions to get those reads, so you don't actually get the extra read necessarily if there's other people who also want read. So it's yeah, his game plan was not well fitted to what the cards actually ended up being. He didn't see some of them, so it's not entirely his fault. Like he didn't see axe, he didn't see freeloader. He didn't know the growth queue was going to be so open.
The growth queue being open was it obviously made a pretty big difference in the game.
Only
Chad is asking about Ken. You decided to fence over building your 4th and 5th room. Could you talk about that a little bit? Like, did you debate about that at all?
There was no debate. I had the card that was going to get me 4 food to harvest, and I need the food engine out, so I had to fence because what am I right? Otherwise, I'm just going to have an extra room, and I'm never going to get the 15 wood again. It has to happen. So it was mainly to get 4 food a harvest, which I needed badly. And also I want to get animals breeding if possible for the other card. So it's just work. You know, I mean, I enjoyed it. I took a bunch of crappy cards and I made a decent synergy out of it. You know, so because I don't think that's a great card, the 4 food per harvest, 5 things. Like, whatever. Just worked for me. You know?
It's a good support card. You had the right support with it with Animal Husbandry Worker. And that's basically that's probably the best card with it because you want to fence 5 pastures anyways with that. So it just
Yeah,
works
I mean, I was like, this is perfect. But no, I couldn't. If I would have built another room,
you would have started.
When would I ever fence again with 15 wood? And the wood is counting down on the animal. The discount for fencing after 9 and 6 rounds gets shorter and shorter. It had to be now. So, and that was my thinking.
I think that was correct. That was easily the correct one for you. I think because like if you build, I don't see how you survive the food pressure because you didn't have a hunt or anything, right? You had no way to eat animals, so you had to. Shovel Worker was your main food engine this game. It was a very good move.
Totally.
Yeah.
I forgot about Shovel Worker because I sat there in the last 2 harvests and was like, I don't know how the heck this man's feeding. Now I get it. Now I get it how he fed. I was so confused.
Yeah.
But my experience is if you were to have manservant and 3 ponds and lakes, whatever, you're getting 5-6 food a harvest. You're going to wind up with a small game, victory points, because you don't need any majors. Like I didn't need any improvements, and I think it suppressed my.
You just needed early growth, basically. Like your hand was better with early growth, slightly. I think because you have if you have more actions, then you can build the majors just for points, right?
I think there was one choice where I could have taken 4 stone and then hope Reedstone Food comes back for a Reno with no improvement. And I just went with, rather than do 3 moves for 5 points, I was like, the other thing is the Basket Maker is 1 move for 2 points, and I have to make up points with the other 2 actions. But at the end, there was really nothing to do except take 1-point actions. Like take 1 grain, take 1 veg, you know, which is, whatever. You do the best you can.
Yep. Well played, everyone. That was really good to watch.
Congratulations, everyone,
Alrighty.
the finalists.
I'm sorry.
I was going to say we'll probably do another season here in a few weeks if people are interested. So.
Sure, I'm fine.
Definitely.
Now I have to eat dinner and go to my Gloomhaven game.
All right, enjoy.
Alrighty. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.
See ya.
William, thanks again for hosting the stream and letting us do it. That was great.
Oh yeah, no problem. Glad that people seem to be enjoying it. So yeah, so I'll be putting this game up on YouTube and I'll post it in the season's thread if you want to put it on there. Just looking at everybody's drafts on using the draft tool.
Oh yeah, and Sid, again, thanks. You're always great at the play-by-play.
I mean, it's not. It doesn't really take me much effort, right? It's just showing up and talking. It was very easy.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Big thanks for putting this together. It was fun. And yeah, thanks William and others for making the finals kind of special little broadcast and whatever. It's good. Good forward to watching.
Yeah, I was gonna say definitely going back to watch this.
So not gonna lie, we did a really bad job managing your drafts. So I have no idea what anybody drafted because Sid was saying them to me as I was trying to like copy and paste videos or pictures and stuff. So it kind of went in one ear out the other. So you didn't get the highest level analysis there, but thank you very much for participating.
It's all good. It is really tricky to like try to figure out what's happening. So
yeah, should figure out a better way for next time. I think figure out a way to put the draft. Put the draft in Twitch or something.
Or just a way to put them all on the stream at the same time. Just figure that out ahead of time would be something to do. So, but yeah, guys, I'm gonna call it here. I don't know if anyone wants to fire up their streams so that I can host them, but otherwise, that's gonna be all from me. So, thank you very much, everyone. Guys, thanks for watching this little video, and we'll see you next time.
All right. Bye.
Bye. And have a lot of fun.